Okay, so after watching the slope due video, what is uphill? What type of slope is that? Puff, puff, positive. And what is downhill? Nice, negative. And whenever you got to the horizontal part? Zero. And vertical? Undefined. Okay. So positive slope, we're traveling upwards from left to right. Negative slope, we're traveling downwards, left to right. Okay. A flat line, a horizontal line, has zero slope. That's because the change in the y values, there are none. So it is 0 divided by whatever the x value is. What is 0 divided by 5? 0. Okay? Now, when we get to the undefined part of this, this means that we can move vertically, but we can't move horizontally. So I can move up to 5, but I can't move over because it's 0. So what is 5 divided by 0? Type that in your calculator.
0.
Please don't say 0. It says that you get an error, right? Okay, and that's because you can't divide a group of things into a group of 0. Okay, so we can't take, can we take our glass and divide by 2? Can we put 1/2 of the class on one side and half of the class on the other?
No.
Yes. But can we divide our class into groups of 0?
No.
No. We can't divide into groups of 0, so that's why we're getting an error. That's why it's called undefined. Denver, Ariana, is that y'all talking? Okay. So we don't divide by 0. All right, so looking at our next example, we have our graph here. Notice that there's a bunch of different points and they're not all equidistant from each other. It does go through the origin though, which is what we're used to. If the graph starts at the origin or 0, 0, then it is proportional. Okay, proportional means that it goes through the origin. That's all that means. So whenever we've been talking about finding slope and we just divide the y by the x, the change in y and the change in x, we can just divide by the actual number that's in the coordinate pair and not have to worry about finding a changing value. So for example, this is ordered pair 10, 50. So we would just take 50 divided by 10 and it would be 5 over 1, which is just 5, right? The reason that works is because we start at 0. How far up is this? How far up did it go to? It went up 50. That's positive 50. And how far over did it go? 10. So rise over run, 50 over 10 is 5 over 1, which is 5. So what is the slope? 5. Slope always goes with the x value, so y equals 5x. Now this plus sign means that we're going to have to add the intercept. Where's it crossing the y-axis at? Where's it crossing this? At 0. Do we usually write 0? No. Usually if we're adding or subtracting 0, we don't need to write it because it doesn't change anything, does it?
I got a question.
Yeah?
Which color we use?
What?
What color we use?
Nothing right now. Use your pencil. Y equals 5x. So you'll see this equation written as y equals 5x. We won't write the 0. All right, for the next example, does this one go through the origin? No, so it's not proportional. So write that at the bottom. Okay, it is not proportional. And that means it does not go through the origin, which means that we can't just divide the y and the x in any ordered pair. All right, So if it does not go through the origin, then we must write a y-intercept. Okay, where is it crossing the y-axis here? Where's that line intersecting the y-axis?
At the at the 8, right?
Right here.
That's 5.
5. So the y-intercept is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we need to find the slope. How far up from this point to this point? It's up 5. How far over?
About 1.
1. So what is 5 over 1?
5 over 1.
Just 5. So what is the slope? 5. Now, earlier we said we write the slope in place with the x, right? So y equals 5x, and then the intercept is written on the outside, plus 5. Now, this is not a great example because the slope and the intercept are the same. So let's get a better example. So let's draw ourselves a small graph to the side. Just label it to 5.
I'm not good at drawing.
That's okay. Just try.
Whoever said it.
All right. Please put your point on an intercept of 1. So put a point at 1 on the y-axis. Okay. And then we are going to plot the point 3, 4. So over 3, 1, 2, 3, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now draw a line from both of those points and through. Okay. Now let's figure out the slope and the intercept. To find the slope, how far up and over to the next point? How far up? 2, 3, up 3.
Over 4. Over 3.
Up 3. Man, I did it again.
That's over 3.
Yeah, I did it again.
Are you doing it?
I don't know. What's 3 over 3?
3?
No, it's not 3.
Now who else?
It's 1. So the slope is 1. What's the y-intercept? Where does this cross at?
The 1.
1. Okay, so I gave you another bad example. What's wrong with my example?
Because you missed the 3 was supposed to be 4.
It was supposed to be a different slope with a different intercept, right? I did 1 and 1.
The slope at the top was supposed to be 4.
Yeah, so let's try another one. All right, so let's make hash marks up to 5. All right, let's try intercept of 1 again. Okay, go up 4, over 1. So you're plotting ordered pair 1, 5. So go over 1, up 5. All right, let's try this again. What is the slope? How far up is this?
4.
From this point to here is 4. And how far over is this?
1.
Okay, so the slope is 4 over 1, which is just 4. All right, and what is the y-intercept? Yeah, the y-intercept is at 1. So if I'm writing the equation, I put slope with x. So what goes with x?
4.
4. And what is the intercept that's added on at the end?
1.
So 4x plus 1. That means that this is the slope and this is the intercept.
As well,
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I still don't